Welcome back, children. So we have done up to digestion inside the stomach. Now after food gets semi-digested, semi means half, semi-digested inside the stomach, the semi-digested food is passed on into the small intestine. Now small intestine has many parts, but we will be confined to the first part and the second part in this way, right? Now in the first part of the small intestine, I am not telling you the names because it is neither in your syllabus and moreover it will become very complicated for you to remember. So the first part of the small intestine, here what happens? Further digestion of the food occurs. How does it occur? By various juices. One of them is intestinal juice, one is pancreatic juice, and one is bile from the liver. Now remember, liver is the largest gland in our body. It is located towards the right side of the body, just below the diaphragm. Now, from the liver produces bile, which is stored in gallbladder. Clear? Now this bile from the gallbladder is transported to the small intestine to act upon fat food. Fatty food means any type of oil you take. The oil can be, or the fat can be, oil is called as fat. This fat can be from plant source or it can be from animal source. Any type of vegetable oil that you eat, whether it is mustard oil or soybean oil or sunflower oil, right? Or vanaspati ghee, which you call dalda. That means all are plant source. Or you take butter or cheese or ghee, desi ghee which you call. These are from animal sources. All these are fat. Or you take fat from food, from mutton, from chicken, from the yellow of egg, that is yolk of egg. These all contain fat. So this fatty food is first changed into small bits. This is called as emulsification of fat. Broken down into small bits. Small pieces. Very small. This is called as emulsification of fat. This emulsification of fat is done with the help of bile, which is secreted by the liver and stored in the gallbladder. So when food from the stomach reaches the first part of the small intestine, the food there is acted upon by intestinal juice, which is present in the intestine, pancreatic juice, which comes from the pancreas, and from bile, which comes from the liver. So these three juices digest the food fully. Carbohydrate is fully broken down into glucose. Fat is fully broken down into fatty acid and glycerol. And protein is fully broken down into amino acid. Clear? So remember, carbohydrates is broken down into glucose. This is the final product. First thing. Second, fats. It is broken down into fatty acid plus glycerol. This is again the final product. Final product of digestion. And third, proteins into amino acid. This is also the final product. Right, children? So these are the final product of digestion. Carbohydrate is transformed into glucose, fats into fatty acid and glycerol, and proteins into amino acid. Now when this has happened, when this whole conversion has occurred, we say digestion is complete. After this, it goes to the further part of the small intestine, that is the second part of the small intestine. In this second part, absorption of the digested food occur. Now if you look at the cross section of this intestine, the second part of the intestine, the inner wall, supposing this is the circular cross section of of small intestine, the inner wall is thrown into numerous folds in this way, like finger-like projections. Right? These are called as villi. So the inner wall of the small intestine is thrown into numerous finger-like projections which are called as villi. This villi increases the total surface area for absorbing the digested food. Clear, children? So remember, as the food gets fully digested, that is carbohydrates gets digested to glucose, fat gets digested to fatty acid and glycerol, proteins get digested to amino acid. These end products of digestion, they move further in the small intestine, and here they enter this part where numerous finger-like projections, villi, are there, which has to cross that. And as it passes, the villi absorbs the digested food. Clear? So the food in this form gets absorbed in the later part of the small intestine, and after the food is absorbed through blood, it is sent to different parts of our body. Clear? So this is the process which is known as absorption of food. Right? So absorption of food occurs in the small intestine with the help of numerous finger-like projections called villi. Villi helps in increasing the total surface area for absorbing the food. Otherwise, a longer intestine will be required. If villi is not there, then a much longer small intestine is required, because it will take more time to absorb the digested food. So this villi increases the surface area, therefore reducing the time for absorbing the digested food. So once the food gets digested, it is transported through blood to the whole body. So this food then via blood is transferred to each and every cell of the body. Right? So this is how absorption is done. Next part is egestion. Next part is assimilation. So this one we'll do in our next class. Thank you.